I don't usually offer a choice.
Jeszcze raz spróbuję. Jak się nic nie stanie, to lecę do miasta. Kurde. Tak, czasami tak jest. Że widzę nogi.
Does any of this scare you, Wildflower? You're so young, and our journey is, well, dangerous.
Why would I be scared? I have the Guardian to protect me. I'm always safe with him, and he is always here.
I see. How exactly does it protect you? I use my blades and my wits to keep me safe. Are you sure this Guardian can do the same for you?
Okej, jeszcze raz. To lepsze niż wczytywanie i zapisywanie i wczytywanie.
The equipment you carry with you, Kang, it seems quite expensive. Have a stash of silver somewhere, do you?
That's enough of that. I know a look of larceny when I see one. Besides, it will do you no good. With Gao gone, I am between benefactors.
Don't tell him anything. I know your kind, Sky. Pilfering things from honest men, inciting the wrath of their wives. Sure, you help us now, but what chaos will you bring? Constantly. From urchins stealing buns to the theft of an entire oven. The Imperial City is thick with his type.
Well, I assure you I had nothing to do with that, as far as I can remember. The Imperial City, you say? Yes, I'm almost certain that wasn't me.
Dobra, i tak mam dość. A, i nigdy nie zapisujcie w obozie. Lepiej gdzieś tak trochę poza nim.
The marks of the Lotus Assassins. You have covered some zoo, but left others plain.
I'm not ashamed of what I was. I disagree with what they became. Do even you judge me, Kang? You serve the enemy as well.
No, I served my craft. I must build what I must build. If others misuse my creations, it isn't my concern. If I had not made my flyers for Gao, you would not have one now. It all works out.
And you avoid all guilt if it doesn't. A masterful work of self-deception.
Chyba już koniec.
That's it. You have everything you need. Just let me know when you want to go, and we'll set the marvelous dragonfly to flight. I think we're waiting around for nothing. We have the inscrutable power source. Well, of course. But time... I found my way to Tien's Landing quite by accident. A very big accident. A few wealthy merchants lost some, property, and I almost lost my hat and my head.
Ciekawe.
Gao the Greater heard about my inventions and bribed some officials to effect my release. I thought I had found a nice rich benefactor, but I was locked away in his lair. He gave me a nice workshop, but he really was a fool. I showed him my wind map. He didn't care where it led. He was only interested in his slaves. It shows where I've been, not where I'm going, I think. I made it on my journey to, here. But I don't quite remember where I was traveling from. Not good. It seems to me I left something, a clue for myself, but I'm not sure why I'd need to. I don't suppose you'd be interested in taking a short trip back the way I came?
A jestem.
Well, let's see then. It must lead to where I was last, which would be the ideal place to go first. Keep an eye out. I don't know why my tracks were covered, but I do tend to incur the occasional death threat. The craters are remarkably
Nie
uneventful.
dziwię się.
This looks familiar. Keep going. I have the urge to build something. There are memories in the route we are flying. Keep going. I see patterns, schematics. Keep going. I'll hammer it out.
Aj!
Oh, so close. We have to get out of here. We
Dupę
need to
mi
try
wleciał.
again.
W dupę mi wleciał.
This looks familiar. Keep going. I have the urge to build something. Urge to build something. There are memories in the route we are flying. Keep going. I see patterns, schematics. Keep going. I'll hammer it out. Almost there. Just a few more pieces to figure out. Our flight was great fun. Lots of explosions. But what does it mean? I think it's a clue. I hid something in my head because I was going to lose my memory.
Aha, chyba.
I think. One thing for certain, there was no destination. We ended where we began. The route was the important part. Let me show you what it inspired me to make. It's I'm not sure what it is, but it has a lever on it that is begging to be pulled. Here we go. And nothing. Right? We're not dead, I think. That is decidedly disappointing. I was expecting something. I must still need a part I can't remember. I need some time to think, to get my brain straightened out. This is most intriguing and infuriating. Give me some time. Right. We will talk later. I'll just think of some new features for the dragonfly. Maybe mole talents for burrowing.
Co? To maszyna ta latająca. Kurde. Aj. No.
That's it. I think we're... Well, of course. Nothing new to report yet. I need time to consider what parts are missing from the mystery device. Perhaps if I had the resources of the Imperial City at hand... Well, of course, of course.
A to czas lecieć do Cesarskiego miasta.
Good, good. My beautiful dragonfly will finally get a real test. Let's hope those modifications hold up.
I atak. Już? Tak szybko?
Have you seen anyone matching the description? The Lotus Assassins are getting impatient.
They were very vague and wouldn't answer my questions. Are they even sure of who they are looking for?
Does it matter? Death's Hand himself seeks this one. Do you need any more incentive than that?
Ciekawe o kim mówią.
Just question everyone. This person apparently caused a lot of damage in the south. Here, what about this one? At least it's a man, like they said. You, identify yourself.
By order of the Emperor and the Lotus Assassins, state your name and purpose for being in the Imperial City.
We are questioning everyone who has arrived in the city recently. You bear a resemblance to someone we are looking for.
I don't know. He is tattooed in a similar way. The clothes could be the same. It's not enough to be sure.
We could hold him anyway. It's not a good match, but the
Trochę
Lotus
przypomina
Assassins
dzisiejszą
will leave us be
policję.
for a few days while they question him.
Is there a problem here, Captain? Well, is there?
O.
No, Princess Leanne. We were questioning this traveler by order of the Lotus Assassins.
There is no need to pursue this questioning any further. You may go.
My apologies, Princess, but I was ordered to detain anyone even vaguely matching.
Captain, this man is here on a personal matter of mine that does not concern you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Princess Leanne.
Then unless you wish to be transferred to the wall, you will leave and continue your search. Well, we meet again. I've watched your progress. It seems I underestimated you in Tien's Landing. I have no doubt that you will make as much of an impact on the Imperial City. I understand. Our last meeting was under interesting circumstances. You may address me as Princess Leanne, the Heavenly Lily. It is, as you can see, customary to bow in my presence. Somehow I did not expect you to kowtow so quickly. Or maybe I just hoped you wouldn't. I get so tired of fawning servants. That is why I often travel without official escort and occasionally present myself as someone less bridled by the rules of the court. You understand why I don't go into detail here in the street, don't you? With what I have to tell you, I don't want to lose that option of disguise. That would be best. I trust the servants I keep, but this is best discussed away from the open street. I will not speak the location aloud. Take this note. We will meet nearby, but I must have a moment to acquire more fitting attire. Very well. We will continue speaking later. I'm sure we both have questions that need answering. Don't be too long. My message concerns your master, and time is very important.
It would not have been proper for her to award it to you herself, but Princess Sanlian requests that you accept this gift. She looks forward to your next meeting.
No.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice. This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately. I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever. But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone. I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign, because I have lost what I would have compared it to. I am the one out of place now. I would like that, to know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability, at least not before joining the school. As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions? I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. But I do feel that you have given me a strength I did not have before. I very much appreciate your support. We should continue this discussion later. I have much to think about, and our work here has only just begun. The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it. Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
No, ciekawe co powie Ho.
I can't believe my luck. I arrive home after being lost, only to find that my wife has gone off to visit relatives. I am very happy indeed. Instead of dying upon my return home, I am free. Until she returns. We made it this far. How hard can it be from here? From what I've seen, you're more than capable of handling anything we're likely to encounter. Like many things in my life, it can be traced back to very bad luck on my part. As I mentioned once before, I was a master of the drunken master style. I was the tournament champion in Phoenix Gate when things spun out of control. My need for wine took its toll on my body. There are long periods I don't even remember. After one such period, I came to, having lost most of my clothes and all my money. I was destitute, and without the ability to buy more wine, I couldn't even fight. Eventually, I found work cleaning out creature cages at the local arena. One day, I was approached by a man who remembered seeing me fight. He offered to sponsor me. Just like that, I was back in the ring. After climbing my way back to the top of the tournament, my sponsor told me it was time to fulfill my end of the bargain. Apparently, the agreement stipulated that I must marry his niece. If only I had read the agreement more closely, I could still be shoveling dirt in the creature cages. Alas, fate had a crueler path in mind for me. Let that be a lesson for you. Always read the fine print, or you may end up with more than you bargained for.
Coś tego sponsora siostrzenicy nikt nie chciał poślubić.
You're beginning to sound like my wife. Where were you last night? Why were you talking to that woman? Why do you smell like a goat? Always with the questions. As I mentioned earlier, after becoming tournament champion for the second time, I was forced to marry my sponsor's nubile niece. She is the reason I no longer fight. My disapproving dove did not care for my drinking, or for my friends, or my fighting, or my friends fighting. She believed I should settle down, be more respectable. At first I ignored her rebukes and continued fighting, but I soon learned that she was not a woman to be crossed. Prior to one fight, my duplicitous Daisy drugged my wine. I don't remember much of what happened next, which is fortunate. From what I hear, it wasn't very pretty.
Ouch!
I spent the next several months under the tender ministrations of my doting wife. Needless to say, when I was well enough to walk again, I was more than happy to settle down. As to why I became a bondmaster, well, it's a hard, thankless job that keeps me very, very busy. Very busy. As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me.
Always happy to help. What do you need? I haven't been to the Imperial City in a while. I traveled here some time ago in my hunt for Gao. In fact, this is where the hunt began. I've come full circle, and I think it's time to let go of the past and look forward. We have exciting things ahead of us. There's no point in living in the past either. In my heart, I know my daughter rests as easily as any spirit now. Whatever happens, I have that. And if we succeed, I know she finds peace. If I could go back, I don't know if I would. I'm a different man now, and while I treasure the past, I look forward to the future with the same warmth. Bah, we'll find a way through any troubles. We're too resourceful to roll over and die. I'm excited to be back in the city. It feels like we're one step closer to our goal, but you know that better than anyone. You brought us to this point after all. Who else could have gathered this crew or found such a quick way out of Tien's Landing? How do you manage that kind of humility? Some sort of special training? It's good to see you still have a sense of humor. Some people mistake dry and boring for humble, and that's simply no fun. Given what we face, we need all the laughter we can get. Regardless, we have an empire to shake up. Let's go see how much trouble we can cause. Of course.
There's something here. Some evil thing has happened here. It beats on my mind, and the Guardian, he can't hold it back.
You can't stop me from being here. I may not be able to leave, but I can talk and see. I see you, mortal. I've been watching you. Ha! I am Yasen, the other of whom Chaika and this girl speak. They have suppressed me ever since we inhabited this body, but this place is different. The evil around me has given me strength, for now at least, and has opened potential doors. I don't claim to goodness, mortal. I hate your kind. But we can work together. If you help me, I shall help you. And I'll be much more valuable than the Guardian. Bah! Who cares about her? She's just another insect. This is about what I can offer you when the time comes. What? No! Chaika! You won't make me go! No!
Jak Czajka nie jest to niebieskie, jak właśnie Yasen czerwone.
Wow, oka wunir inatir nofon. Panir shakshir wowo sir nikorpak.
I'm sorry. They were fighting again. I'll be all right. Soon. Just give me time and I'll be all right.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you? I think it's unwise to trust the Emperor's daughter. She acts without regard for her station, but she is a slave to it like we all are. What other truths might she have missed? She may have good information for you, but I suspect she has her own agenda. Be careful. Goodbye.
No, chodź tu, ty grubaś.
What? Too much talking and thinking can be dangerous, I should know. I remember one cold winter I took a job clearing rats from a local monastery. I was supposed to make sure the pests stayed out of the sacred pools, but hunting rats one at a time is boring work. So I had an idea, a way to catch them all at once. I convinced the monks to give me some of their sacred wine, and I filled the sacred pools. I figured if I could get the rats drunk, they'd be so much easier to catch.
Uh-oh.
Nothing happened at first, so I helped myself to the wine. I passed out before the rats came. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by screaming monks and fiery explosions. It was just the rats. The poor furry buggers were just trying to get warm near the monks' fires after their swim in the wine. Not a good combination. The monks wanted me gone. I might have deserved the blame, but the abbot insisted it was a sign from the gods and closed the monastery. See what happens when you think too much? Whatever.
Whatever.
Well, well, is the Imperial City all you expected? It is quite a spectacle compared to the bulk of the Empire. The marvelous dragonfly performed perfectly. I've given some thought to the strange device that I was inspired to construct. I'm not sure what purpose it has yet, but it appears to be working. I think.
No to się kryć.
Just a few tweaks. Tight fit. Not sure how that will affect things. What's it? I don't remember seeing that before. Just get this last. There we go. It's ready. Now we can finally find out just what it does. After I name it, of course. Nothing works right until you name it. How about the confoundable minutia? What? No, impossible. I fixed it. I checked everything. It should work. Unless... No, I did that. Oh. Where'd the city go?
Skąd ja mam wiedzieć?
Well, that was anticlimactic. A flash of light, but no resounding boom. What good is such a light if Earth doesn't meet sky? What? Oh my. It seems we have transported to a heaven. A strangely familiar one for some reason, but I don't recall ever moving to such a place before.
I like this mode of travel even less than your flying bug-eyed barrel. Besides, any heaven worth visiting should have us knee-deep in wine. Top down.
This place is completely unknown to me. Or is it? I am compelled to take the steps this way. There are gears here that I remember.
Bah, waste of time. Call me if one of these big buckets turns out to be a distillery.
Excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
Ścierca.
Look at this. It's a marvel. A wonder of monumental proportions. A phenomenal piece of unbelievable craftsmanship. I haven't the slightest idea. But it must be important, wouldn't you think? I mean, just look at it. These machines, they are manipulators, fabricators. They bully energy into something. They can be activated, deactivated, on and off and on. You see? I can only come to one conclusion. Lord Lau's furnace.
What? I know that name. Constructed a wine press for the celestial whatevers that crushed elephant loads of grapes. And the odd elephant.
Legendary, mythical, and overrated in some respects, but if anyone else has a better origin for such machines as this, I'm not hearing it. Artificer to the celestial bureaucracy, he creates machines that themselves also create, although I'd make them a little less delicate had I his resources. Still, he is an inspirational figure for inventors, and we are in his playhouse. You select the machines you want to activate, and then the tiger or the dragon button, like this. Don't worry, the individual machines are not activated. I think the switches must be thrown on at least 2 of the components before it will do, well, whatever it does. You also have to select a fuel. It looks like there are a few pieces of cinnabar in the contraption, but it may accept others as well. Well, judging by the pile of ashes I found near the controls, if you do it wrong, it either creates a nice warm fire or burns the person standing here to a crisp. It looks like a powerful thing, so just guessing at the possible configurations will probably get you into trouble and waste the cinnabar in the machine. So, you might want to be careful how you go about it. Things like this usually have directions. No, recipes. No, that's not it. A configuration. That's it. Very true. Perhaps you should give them a try. They didn't mean much before, but now we may have the tools to make something of them.
Dobra, ale popróbuję to kiedy indziej. Jeszcze tylko stragan. Oż. No i to chyba na razie będzie wszystko. Więc komentujcie, subskrybujcie i widzimy się w następnych odcinkach. Na razie.